Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new stream of ZBit, where we talk everything that's related to cryptocurrency, financial markets, and financial products. A very warm welcome to all you guys. I hope you guys are going to stay here. It's not just about today. Obviously, small capital with big moves is what we are going to be looking at. So what we are going to do is you don't need $1,000 trade, $1,000 in your pocket to trade like a professional. Even with 20 to 50 US dollar is what you can actually drive the markets with. So um, some of you are basically thinking that if I have like $5, $10 or $20, $50 for that matter, can I actually trade? So yes, the answer is of course you can. So with as low as, in fact, just about 2-3 days ago, if you have seen some of my streams, like past 4-5 days, you might have realized I am taking trade with as less as $5-6 in the pocket. And that is just good enough to take a trade. So if you're not going too greedy about things, if you're not going with too much of expectation in the starting, like just to learn to basically become a professional by the end of some time, you basically can make profits even with as less as something called $5-10 as well. So what is very important here is today Ethereum is like sneezing today for sure, and alts are also about to catch the pneumonia that you can see. So you have to hold on till we see where the money is moving before the price is moving. So um, right now the market is doing one thing, of course, capital rotation and not exiting for sure. Okay, I'm going to change my charts to Ethereum. Okay, I think I'm in Ethereum's. I want to go to Ethereum's perpetuals. Do I have perpetuals here? Yeah, I think this is where it is. Okay, great. So as I was telling that the market is doing one thing today, for sure, capital rotation with no exit for sure. So BTC, it's working a lot for big money, and Ethereum is like an engine room that you can say, and alts are all turbo buttons. So uh, if Ethereum is holding, alts will also pump, and Ethereum slips, only short sellers will basically have some good amount of fun coming in. Now, Ethereum is above, obviously, major moving averages. We've seen not just about today. Definitely today we are going to see some, we are going to capture some good movements here and there. And also we are going to see some, what we call it as capture some good movements for sure. That is always going to be there. Other than that, what we are also going to see is where our opportunities lying. So Ethereum above moving averages, it means that institutions are accumulating. This is just not like about gambling. This is not about you are speculating things or guessing things here. Yes, of course, basically what we call it as trading as a game of probabilities. I would say it's about probabilities. It's not about gambling. It's not about fake guessing, things like that, because you might be able to guess once, twice, thrice, but are you going to really excel by guessing all the time? Then the answer is of course no. You're not going to make a lot when you're basically playing like a gambling. Okay, so learn this thing, that it is not about guessing or it is not about gambling here. So currently we've seen funding rate. Let me have a look at the Okay, I also want to basically I'll log out from this. I want to log into my application. Hold on for a second, guys. I want to log into the application. Is my ID. Okay, let me log into my Zbit ID because I would need this to. Yeah. So as I was telling you all, that Ethereum is obviously moving above the averages. I'm going to switch this to something else here. Is this in futures? Yeah. Okay. So slightly positive and healthy, and a too positive crowd is greedy and pullback is incoming. So Ethereum is currently acting as a market permission slip. So it's above the moving averages, and institutions are accumulating and not gambling, in this sense that you can see even the funding rate, it has gone like crowd emotion meter. You can see that it's slightly negative today, it's not positive. So um, if you want to trade in other alternative cryptos that you would trade in, so what the whole idea should be like, how Bitcoin or Ethereum's position looks like. If both of them are like doing really well, or their movement is doing well, then definitely there is something that we can vouch for. So smart money buys boring time, which means like um, past green candles, it's like late buyers, and sideways plus low volume is like setup phase. So this is exactly how we trade, and this is exactly what it means. So uh, I will be showing you exact moment. Okay, I'll be showing you exact moment, boring turning into explosive moves and all of that. But just by looking at some candle which is moving like too quick, or just by looking at certain places where you see a temporary phase where it is coming like too quick, that also has to be measured in a way where you're taking your trades. Sometimes you can follow that explosive move. Yes, it is possible for you to follow that, but what really happens here is, it is basically, if you do not know how to quickly act to it, then there might be a problem here. Okay, so uh, you have to wait for a quick reclaim, and also if you see that uh, like you see some um, good movement here, definitely I'm going to show you all of that today, and we will basically look into carving a good setup and trading in the right direction. Just a sec. So definitely, as I can say or as I can see, is Ethereum is definitely not moving randomly today. It is basically you can see that smart money is already choosing a direction, and retail is definitely chasing that move. So whatever basically you see on the screens, it's always like retail is always looking at the big money movers, and then try to take a trade there. So if you are going to stay till the end, then I'm going to show you where liquidity is sitting and where is Ethereum planning to go next and all of that. So that is something that we will be looking into. Just a sec. Give me a second. Stand first. Hold on for a second. Yeah. Okay. So, big money, it never stops. It never buys stops for sure. Okay. And they buy all the fear zones. And today, markets are all in wait and strike mode, and stocks are calm. So, crypto volatility obviously loads silently. So, we have to remember this. And Ethereum basically, obviously, it acts like a coiled spring. It basically is not giving very much clear cut clarity. So the day you understand the mentality, the day you understand the psychology of Ethereum is when exactly it will be easy for you to trade in the right direction. So whenever the market is quiet and when it is basically moving very slow, the movements are not that great, then it is obvious that there is a dangerous breakout that is coming. So we have seen extreme levels of markets moving up to the all-time highs. We've seen some stagnation for some time. We've seen some places where market has seen dips also. So everywhere, whether it was like when the time was about its all-time high, or if it was a time where it was just accumulating below, every time every different zone was basically trying to tell us a story there. And it is not about picking up like it is not about picking up in different zones. Yes, picking up in different zones can be opportunistic. It all depends on where exactly you're picking up the trade, or where you are exactly trying to capture, or what you're trying to capture. The dip can also be a basically opportunity. The peaks can be opportunity. The stagnation can also be an opportunity. But it all depends on you, how you are going to trade, and what are you trying to target for. Okay, Ethereum here basically it's the main character today. BTC obviously tells the direction all the time, and most of the scenarios, most cryptocurrencies are always following BTC's footsteps. And Ethereum always talks about speed. So if you have been following Ethereum for some time now, you know that where exactly on certain days the opportunity lies. So Ethereum is why is it so special? It's because it leads the altcoin. Ethereum moves, then Solana and other meme coins and other cryptos also see some explosion. And when Ethereum volume is rising before price, it's basically a smart money behavior that we're talking about. So Ethereum wakes up, its altcoins are not working anymore. They are basically running in that scenario. Okay. Now, next thing is Ethereum basically is respecting higher lows, which means buyers are stepping in earlier. Prices hovering near value area, not extreme highs. And let me just plot some of my charts, some of my indicators that I normally do. 200 moving average. And I have here other side. Let me put this. So this is obviously it's not a FOMO money. Funding rate is still normal. Crowd not over leveraged yet. So RSI is also not so overheated. There is room to move. You can see currently RSI is sitting at 42. It's like reaching the uh, almost neutral zones here. Okay. So today I'll also show you where exactly the liquidity is, get traps, gets trapped. Market makers, they're not, they don't move price to reward traders. Basically, they move price so that they can punish the impatient people. So if you know how to be patient here and you know how to trade in the right direction, you will never be carried by the liquidity trap. You will never trade in wrong direction. You will never be punished for being impatient. So all these things we will be discussing today. Liquidity trap, if I'm going to find live when we are doing live trading, I will show you those with examples too. So don't worry, you have to stick to a little time and look at that logic, look at that setup and understand where we are coming from, what we are trying to do here. So I'll explain you liquidity trap, which is, trust me, this liquidity trap, although it looks, by listening to it, it might seem like, oh my God, this is something which is, you know, uh, which is like, it looks like as if it's giving you some kind of fear over there. But trust me, this zone, what we're talking about, if used in proper direction and if used in right direction, can be one of the most opportunistic trade that you can take. And if you really want to learn that and you want to really understand what that liquidity trap is all about, you'll have to stay with me and I will be basically telling you and showing you all of that. Okay. Now, if you're going to trade where emotions are high, your money is obviously going to become liquidity. So you have to basically trade the logic, and you don't have to trade the emotions all the time. So, trade logic, not signals, strategy, or anything. Okay. Logic is very important. And moreover, what is important here is also seeing some kind of calculation, some logical reasonings and some calculations which fits right. And that is where exactly your profit is sitting. So if you understand all these things, then it's as easy as, like, you will only be trading when price plus structure plus volume is agreeing. I will be writing this down here so that you have this information. Trade only when price plus structure plus volume agree. Okay, very important lesson. You are not going to chase the green candles. You're not going to chase the liquidity traps or liquidity sweeps. You're not going to chase some emotions out there. All you're trying to do is you're going to chase the structure. You're going to chase the price. You're going to chase when the volume indicator or volume is agreeing with it. So just by looking at some candles which are moving too quick on the charts, that's not where our opportunity lies. So that's why I want you guys to be a little more understanding here, that it's about no confirmation means there's no position there. If a certain parameters, certain areas, certain places, it's agreeing for certain things, then that is where exactly our opportunity is lying. So we are not going by something where every dip, every every peak is not going to be something that we are going to chase over there. Okay. Now, markets, obviously, as I keep telling, it doesn't reward the motivation factor for sure. So they reward preparation. So as I always keep telling you guys, you have to keep your accounts funded just when we are discussing things. And sometimes I'm also able to find some good setups while we are talking, discussing things here. So, you know, you can pick up those trades, those setups that we are talking about. You can trade in the right direction. So opportunity, as usual, you know that it doesn't wait for deposit, so you have to wait, you have to be prepared for it. And best trades, obviously, you know, it comes a bit faster, so you have to be like, your capital has to be ready, which gives you the power to basically trade immediately if you have some kind of setup that is there. I'm not like, I'm not trying to tell you to deposit right now, because I'm not trying to force things here. All I'm trying to say is, when you are deposit ready, you are basically ready for the setup that we have in place. So today, while discussing, maybe when we are having some good setup here where we have some good buy sell opportunity, I can tell you immediately, and you can basically see where the opportunity lies. Like, while I'm telling you some things, doesn't mean you'll blindly follow me also. If you want, you can go back, do a bit of research on your own too, or you know, put your logics over there and put your calculations there and do that as well. There's no hard and fast rule that yes, the moment I tell you, you have to listen to me and all. So I want you guys to first educate yourself, which is very important. So as I was telling, Bitcoin and Ethereum basically are the top leaders. They are the top cryptos that, you know, sets the line, sets the overall setup for the other altcoins too. So if you see, if one of them is rallying, one of them is doing well, it leads to the other one, and Ethereum moves first, then you know, the altcoin aftershock follows it. So Solana, layer 2s, high beta Ethereum base, or any of it, they, you know, all break those levels only if Ethereum is basically confirming there, or you know, if BTC is also in the rally. So now most traders, including you all might be losing money for some reason, okay? And it's not because you are wrong with your technical analysis or your fundamental analysis, okay? The only reason which I think and I feel, for me, as a trader myself, and I have been trading for quite some time now, so I can tell you is, it's not about being wrong. It's not about being wrong with the technical analysis. It's not being about wrong about the fundamental analysis, but because you rush into things, that's where exactly things are going in the wrong direction. So if you are into this, then you have to basically be calm, learning and waiting. And if you are able to do this, you are already ahead of 80% of the market, and exactly where the profit is sitting, and you'll be able to draw the profits exactly at that point in time. So I'm going to anyway show you how to trade Ethereum without staring at charts all day. Simple levels, clean risk, no stress. So we'll be looking this into we'll be looking into a 4-hour Ethereum focused live stream flow, and Ethereum plus altcoin rotation strategy, and some things that we need to overall look into, and then you know, pick up a right direction and pick up a right kind of a strategy here. Okay, so guys, I think Ethereum basically is one of the cryptos that you should always go for, because um, of its utility, volatility, and the kind of uh, value it brings. Okay, so I am basically a trader who trades in Ethereum, and I like trading in Ethereum. So I will be showing you some short strategies too, some places where you can pick up some trades and pick up some strategies to trade in the right direction. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to analyze the markets. I'm going to tell you where exactly the opportunity is lying. Okay. Let's start the day with drawing some support and resistances here. It's important we plot, and then I will be taking a trade. If you want to copy any of my trades, feel free to do so. But you want to use your logics, you want to use your own reasoning, you can do that as well. So here is exactly where my support resistance is sitting, and this is where exactly my support is sitting. So my support is sitting somewhere at 2875 and my resistance is sitting somewhere at 2977. Okay, so I'm going to draw my day close and my day start here. So this is where exactly my day is starting and my previous day is closing. Okay, so 2875 to 2951 is where it is right now, and this resistance is sitting just at 2977. I have this zone, okay, once coming to the zone 2, again coming to the zone 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to measure the resistance which it created, how many times has it been tested, so that we can know if what we are trying to aim for, is it possible or not. Once, twice. Past 24 hours, no. Even for 48 hours, no. And I think even for 72 hours and more. Okay, now we understood. So basically, this resistance, what we have here, it's been tested twice, no? Okay, it's very much clear here. Do you guys do the same thing when you're trading? Do you also see if my resistance was previously tested or not? So this was basically where it tested, then came down all the way till here. Again, at this stage, basically price became strong, then again went and moved to this level. So probably if somebody would have not exited or taken their sell trades here, and they were sitting with the selling trade here, then definitely it moved past to this level, and then some of them, if they have taken a trade in this zone, would have basically planned to exit, which is a very big like target that we're doing. Of course, we're not going to target that much. We're going to find some lesser probable cases where we have some good amount of movement and what we can get out of that. Okay, let's move. दो बार तो टेस्ट हुआ है, तीसरे बार चांसेस भी है, इसलिए कि यहाँ पर इट्स बेसिकली there are some rejection sitting here. So obviously price is going to move past this level for sure. इतना लेवल तो ये क्रॉस करेगा. अभी देखना ये है कि आज का जो दिन है, where exactly we have the opportunity lying. Now 5 मिनट के जो time frame पर I am able to see that wait, where is my moving average? Okay, my moving average is moving like this. So it's a downtrend, and now shorted for very little time, it has basically moved up the moving average. Now the same scenario, I want to even have a look at 60 minutes chart. So where is my 60 minutes chart showing me what's happening here? So my 60 minutes chart, I can see price is below moving average. Okay. My price is below moving average, which means it's in a downtrend on a 1 hour chart. Okay. On a downtrend in a 1 hour chart, 4 hours also is in a downtrend. So if I see the overall picture, basically price is in the downtrend only on all the bigger time frames. For me to consider any kind of trade entry in my 5 minutes, 15 minutes chart, the very important chart here is the 4 hours chart, and my 4 hours chart is showing me that it's in downtrend. My RSI is in the oversold zone, it has reached completely. Now I have one thing here where I can wait for it to completely reach below 30 and more below than that, maybe below 20, 30 like that, and then plan my trade accordingly. All right, so I'm going to pick up downtrend. Matlab yahan par we don't have buy opportunity, we have the sell opportunity. Five minutes ke chart pe basically it's sitting near the neutral zones. So in this particular scenario, it's trying to accumulate. So it's not building up any momentum here. So understand this thing. 4 hours chart is showing that it is in downtrend and it is almost reaching the oversold capacity, which means prices become very cheap. It has to become more and more, little more cheap over there. So when it becomes the cheapest, that's when mostly when we are planning a buy, but in the uptrend, we will be planning a buy. But when it is basically in a downtrend, we still have the capacity to sell in that scenario. But by just looking at 4 hours chart, we are not planning our entry just like it on the shorter time frame. We understood the overall market structure, overall how the price is looking like on the bigger chart. But when we come to the smaller time frame, we also look at the different parameters. So for example, if this price was below moving average here, I would have definitely told you immediately to take a short trade, because 4 hours is justifying the confirmation that it is in downtrend. It is moving in the low, like it's moving down, 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 down only. And then the 5 minutes chart is also telling me the same thing. It is not in a pullback zone where it moved a little in the upward direction. Now, this zone which you see it on the screen right now, you see that it's above the moving average. So there are two things that are there here. One, price is above moving average means in short time frame, it is basically, it has gone above the moving average. So if from this zone, basically one thing is for sure, because the overall trend is still in downtrend. So this is definitely a short-term pullback. This is a short-term pullback. So if we are planning a buy entry in this, we have very low capacity to be able to hold the position or to hold the position for a very limited time, because any time if it reverses from this zone, it's definitely going to reverse in the bigger picture too. So because bigger picture is like it's in downtrend, from here it can switch to downtrend any point in time. Now, if for example you plan your buy entry here and price reverses from here, then basically what's going to happen here is that your uh, entry is going to reverse, as well as your stop loss or your buy entry can go wrong here. But whereas if you plan your short entry here, because your bigger time perspective, bigger time frame is also supporting that, most likely that trade and the probability of that trade can become more successful than this one. So I will not take a trade. I'm not planning any setup here, because I can see currently clearly that on shorter time frame, price has reached its all-time, so it's reached its overcapacity, means it's reached the premium zone already. So from this zone 60 and above, in most of the cases, price starts taking a it starts taking um, reversal from here. It starts moving back or pulling back from this zone. So most likely it is going to reverse from here. So I don't want to take the risk of taking a buy trade and getting either my money stuck or getting my stop losses hit. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the right setup and then plan my trade accordingly. And now for my trade to happen, let's see, let the momentum build and then we will plan our entry. I hope you guys were able to understand what I'm trying to tell here. Why am I not planning my buy entry? I told you, because my bigger time frame or bigger time structure is showing that price is in downtrend. So what you see on the current 5 minutes chart is nothing but it's a small pullback that has come for a little period of time. Now, when we plan our buy entry here and buyers don't become strong in this zone, when we plan our buy entry and the trade completely reverses from here, okay, if the trade completely reverses from here, then our money or our trade most likely is going to be, see, if you plan your buy entry in this zone and price reverses completely from this and move past this moving average, your stop losses or your money getting trapped is very likely to happen. Like it's on the high probability zone. Because see, why? First of all, RSI, it's almost reached its overbought conditions. Already overbought conditions are valid on the RSI, which is like 60, it's almost reaching 60 and above. And most traders at 60 level, they try taking the profits. I'll show you why. Because see, for example, if someone has planned their entry at this dip, so most probably if their 1:2 ratio risk to reward, if this has basically they are able to get their risk to reward in this zone, they basically plan their exit from this there, and then most likely the price will reverse from here and then it starts moving down in the downward direction. So I don't want to take the risk until unless I'm going to see that yes, my buy entry, my buyers are becoming very strong. And how do I determine if the buyers are becoming strong or not? Is when I will see that this particular zone, which you see here, uh, kind of looks like yes, this is the new support it has created here. So looks like it's going to break past this. You can see a lot of rejection is coming in this zone. But for us to still make that decision of buy or sell has not come. This green candle definitely is showing that buyers became strong in this zone. But now the price is getting rejected again and again. So probably somebody who's taken a trade in this zone are trying to take the profit. That's why basically price is trying to come down. It's not able to withhold. The buyers are not becoming strong in this zone. So let's wait for the momentum to build here and then we'll plan our entry. This short-term momentum which you see it on the screen, guys, this is not going to retain for a very long time because the overall 60 minutes chart is very clear that it's a downtrend. Okay, so for you to anticipate or to speculate that this what you see it on the smaller time frame is going to sustain for a very long time, then obviously no. The answer is obviously no, because even my 60 minutes chart is not justifying it. My 4 hours chart is also not justifying it. We are waiting for one confirmation, which is like when it reaches 60 and above. If it reverses from there, we'll plan our short entry, guys. So if you have not funded your accounts still, keep your accounts funded so that you can be ready for a trade to take. Even I'm going to plan my entry. So you can copy my trade if you like, or you want to take this guidance, put it in your own charts and trade in your own way. That's also totally up to you guys. but I'm waiting for proper confirmation. I'm not going with buy trade still because I'm not really convinced with the buy trade here. Uh, price can reverse any point in time from this region, so I'm just waiting for one or two confirmations here, and I will plan my short entry from this region. So please, I want you guys to stay ready, be ready when you enter into the stream to make sure that you can take a trade along with me. So let's see. I'm still stuck because yes, the traders who are taken somewhere a trade just here in this zone are taking their profits in this scenario. So I'm not taking a trade because of this reason. So somebody who might have taken a long trade here. So the entry point was around 2919, and they took a trade at the 29 monthly they exited. They must be sitting at somewhere around 7 is to, sorry, 1 is to 7, 1 is to 6.38 as the profit here. So it took around 2.5 hours, almost not two, almost 3 hours for it to kind of reach to this level. So we're still waiting for the right direction. If sellers become strong here, then we'll plan our short entry from here. Because both a 4 hours chart and 1 hour chart is justifying for a long for a downtrend. So in this scenario, to take a buy trade is still not a very right decision. So what we want to do is we want to plan our short entry. So let's see, some kind of momentum has to build here. Today, I'm not using other indicators. I'm using just my volume indicator to confirm if the volume that we see and the price action that we see on the charts, is it justified or not. So volume indicator, whenever you see the green bars on the volume indicator, it means the volume is increasing and so is the price increasing. When you see red columns on the volume indicator, it means the volume is falling, so is the price falling. So volume indicator plays a very significant role. Sometimes even though price might be going up, but volume might be showing as it's falling, it's in the red color. So by looking just at that also, you can determine that that is a real move or it is a fake move. If it is a fake move, remember, there will be disparity between the two. Price action will be something different, volume will be something different. Remember this always. Green color volume on the green on the volume indicator means volume is increasing, and the red one means volume is falling. So if price is not falling with the red volume on the volume indicator, it means it's a fake out, it's not a breakout, it's a fake out. So always determine your real moves with volume which is shown on the volume indicator. Don't go by just looking at the price thinking that yes, a real move is coming. A real move will only come with volume confirmation. So we are just still waiting for one of the confirmations here. Let's still wait for the right setup. This is the place where a lot of traders, whoever has taken the previous buy setups, they are taking very blur. Okay, can I make the charts a little more bigger for you guys? Can you see it? Oh, sorry. Is it better, my dear? 547592. Is it better? Hold on, let me check. Can you guys zoom the channel? Sorry, zoom the or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it in a bigger chart. Like enhance the. Hold on, let me check. Can you guys zoom the channel? Sorry, zoom the or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it in
If
a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like enhance the. Hold on, let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the channel.
Zoom the-
Sorry, zoom the thing a little or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
if
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like enhance the. Hold on,
547592.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the channel.
Zoom the-
Sorry, zoom the thing a little or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like enhance the. Hold on,
547592.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly.
zoom the zoom the channel, zoom the thing a little, or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like
five four
enhance the
seven
hold
five
on,
nine two.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the channel, zoom the thing a little, or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like
five four
enhance the
seven
hold
five
on,
nine two.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the
the bigger
channel,
market structure
zoom
is
the
here.
thing a little, or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like
five four
enhance the
seven
hold
five
on,
nine two.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the
the bigger
channel,
market structure
zoom
is
the
here.
thing a little, or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like
five four
enhance the
seven
hold
five
on,
nine two.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the
the bigger
channel,
market structure
zoom
is
the
here.
thing a little, or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like
five four
enhance the
seven
hold
five
on,
nine two.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the
the bigger
channel,
market structure
zoom
is
the
here.
thing a little, or make the screen a little big. Maybe you need to put the screen a little bigger, like, and put it
If
in a
you make
bigger
the
chart.
screen big, my dear,
Like
five four
enhance the
seven
hold
five
on,
nine two.
let me check. I think you'll be able
Can
to
you
see
guys
it properly. Zoom the
the bigger
channel,
market
zoom
I'm going
the
to plan my.
thing a little, or make the screen a little big.
So I'm not
Maybe you
taking
need to
too many
put the
options
screen
here.
a
I don't
little
want
bigger,
that.
like, and
I am just happy
if you
with
make the
two of
screen
them.
big,
Sorry, three
my
of
dear,
them, not
five
four.
four seven five
Five.
nine two. Let me
So
check.
let's
I
see.
think you'll be able
So
to see
this
it
is how my
properly.
pivot points is.
Zoom the
My
channel,
I'm going to
zoom
try
the
my
thing a
pivot
little, or
point
make the
is here,
screen a little big.
and
So
my
I'm not
support
taking
too
one
many
is here, so
options here. I
price is
don't want
above
that.
that, and
My
I am
resistance
just
one is
happy with
hitting
two
two
of
of them.
them,
Sorry,
which
three of them,
means
not four.
today
Five. So let's see.
I think you'll be able to see
This
it.
is
Price
how
is
my
still
pivot points is.
between my
My I'm going to
try
play
the
my
pivot
pivot
zones
point
only
is here,
and near
and
the
I'm not
support
taking
zones.
too
Clearly is
many
an
options
indication
here.
of
I don't want
reduction
that.
only. It's not
My resistance
completely,
one is hitting
completely
two of them. Sorry,
which
three of them,
means
not four.
today
Trend for sure. You can see it's
so
in
let's
this
see.
zone itself. This is
Price
how
is
my
still
pivot points
between,
is.
but this will not determine where
I'm
exactly
going
is
to
the
play the
pivot
pivot
zone.
point
5 minutes
is
will
here,
not determine.
and
We'll have to
I'm
look at
not
the 4
taking
hours chart.
too
Clearly
many
is an
options
indication
here.
of
I don't
reduction
want that.
only. It's not
My
completely,
resistance one is
completely
hitting two of them.
clear
Sorry, three of them,
means
not four.
today
Trend
price
for
is
sure. You
in
can
the
see it's
support
in this
zone.
zone. So
So
it's obviously
price
clearly
is
showing
still
that it's in a
between, but this will
downtrend.
not determine where
Had it been
exactly
here, it
is
was
the
an uptrend.
still here it was an uptrend. We'll have
And
to
I'm
look at
not
the 4
taking
hours
this
chart.
zone.
Clearly is an indication of reduction, but this
And
was
it's not
almost on
my
10th of
resistance
December.
was hitting two of them. Sorry, three of
Not
them,
today.
not four.
Today being
Trend for
16th
sure. You
December,
can see
it's
it's in this zone.
slightly
So it's
come down
obviously
and is
clearly
here
showing
still
that it's in a
between, but this
downtrend.
will not determine
So
where
bigger time
exactly it
frame
was an
also
uptrend.
hitting
5
here,
minutes
it
will
was
not
an
determine.
uptrend.
We'll have
And
to
I'm
look at
not
the 4
taking
hours chart.
too
Clearly
many
is an
options
indication
here.
of
I don't
reduction, but
want
this
that.
was almost on 10th of
My 4
December.
hours is hitting two of them. Sorry, three of
Not
them,
today.
not four.
Today being
Trend for
16th
sure. You
December,
can see
it's
it's in this zone.
slightly
So it's
come down
obviously
and is
clearly
here
showing
still
that it's in a
between, but
downtrend.
this will not determine
So
where
bigger
exactly
time
it
frame
was an
also
uptrend.
one of the
5
further
minutes will not
confirmation that
determine.
we
We'll have
need
to look
is
at
we
the
are
4
going
hours
to
chart. Clearly is an
look
indication of
for
reduction, but this was almost on 10th of December.
sellers are becoming stronger or not. Okay,
Today being 16th
I'm
December,
using
it's
this my support
slightly
and
come down
resistance
and
for
is
my
hitting a
resistance here.
downtrend, but this
I
will
go
not
to my this
determine.
so bigger time
Only
frame
volume is
also
going to show
one
you
of
the
the
price is
confirmation
most
that we
likely
need
to
is we
move
are
past
going
the
to
moving average.
look
So,
for
but this was almost on
one
10th of December.
confirmation
Sellers
that
are
we are
becoming
doing well is the
stronger now.
DMI
Okay,
indicator
today
and
being
see how
16th
am I
December,
using this my support and
buyers
resistance
and
for
sellers are
resistance
sitting
here.
here, but this
I
will
go
not
to my this
determine
so
chart
bigger
handing
time
back.
frame
See,
volume is
there is
also showing
either
there
the
is no
price is
breakout that
most
has come
likely to
yet.
move past the
So no entry
moving
still
average.
guys.
So,
Let's wait for
but
some
this
more
was
time.
almost on
One
10th of
60 minutes
December.
confirmation
Sellers
that
are
we are
becoming
doing well is
stronger
the
now.
reach the
See how
almost
am I
below
using
neutral
this
zone.
my support and resistance.
So
Buyers and sellers are
from
sitting
here
here.
if it basically moves to
30 and below, then we can plan or shorten slightly. So no, like if it's moving below 42, that's where we will be planning. Otherwise, if it becomes stronger from 42 zone on our side, then we will be having a buy entry. Okay, but I don't encourage you guys to. So from here, if it basically moves to 30, because you see price is very far from the moving average. So no, like if it's moving below 42, that's where we will be planning. Otherwise, if it becomes stronger from 42 zone on our side, then we will be tricky thing here. It's not very short. You see this downtrend here, it is very, because it's showing very strong, and even the sellers are showing in control. Like if it's moving below 42 and 4 hours chart also, sellers are strong, it becomes stronger, and the downtrend is strongly now. It's really like almost on 36 on the you see this downtrend. So here it is very, because it's showing very strong, and even the sellers are showing in control. Like if it's moving below 42 and 4 hours chart also, sellers are strong, it becomes stronger, and the downtrend is strongly now. It's really like almost on 36 on the you see this downtrend. So here it is very, because it's showing very strong, and even the sellers are showing in control. If it's moving below 42 and 4 hours chart also, sellers are strong, it becomes stronger, and the downtrend is strongly now. What I feel like here is that price is trying to reach the overbought conditions on shorter time frames, then from there it will basically come back is what I get the feeling. See, currently on RSI is also sitting near 53 zones. So what I feel like here is price is trying to reach the overbought conditions on shorter time frame, then start coming down. Basically, but somehow it's like a tug of war that's going on. So still, see, currently on RSI is also sitting near downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward basically 30 zones. So what I feel like here is price is the structure that you look here from this higher highs to these lows that it is making basically, but definitely if I see that price is slowly moving down now. So this is proper downward Let's see.
Still, we are the neutral zone. A proper breakout is not coming either in the sell side or on the
Let's see.
buy side. Still, there is no buy or sell. Don't rush. That's okay. Sometimes we don't have right amount of positions, right
Still, we are the
places
neutral
to
zone. A proper
take a
breakout
trade.
is not
It's
coming either
okay.
in the
There's
sell
no
side or on
there is
the
no reason for us to rush.
let's see.
Buy side. Still,
So
there is
most
no
of the
buy or sell.
traders, including you, if you guys are
Don't rush.
losing
That's
out on
okay.
money,
Sometimes
that's
we don't
because you are
have
rushing into
right
every
amount
move. You're
of
trying to capture
positions,
every
right
move.
still
That's
we
why
are to
the
take a
majority
trade.
of the mistakes
It's
happen
okay.
there
On
only.
the
And you don't
sell
try
side
to
or on
chase
the
every candle when you don't try to chase
buy
every
side.
move that
Still,
is
there
coming.
is
Most
no
of the
buy or sell.
traders, then when you find the right setup, losing out on money, that's because you are
most
rushing
likely to
into
be
every
sized amount
move. You're
of
trying to capture
positions, right
every so that's our intention when we are getting into this stream are intention is to chase every candle when you don't not quantity. We don't want to go with quantity. Then we want to find the right setup. That is one trade also can become successful. Our strategy becomes successful. We will be happy with it. Our intention. We are not going to go with things. We are not going to do revenge tradings. We are not going to feel missed out and we didn't take trades because somebody else is taking a trade. No, all these things we will not follow. We will take quality trades, and if you believe in the same philosophy as I do, then I want you guys to do revenge trades. Use guys as well. Feel missed out and we didn't take trades because somebody else is taking a trade. No, all these things we will not follow. We will take quality trades, focusing on quality quantity, guys. Remember, I might be able to take one trade in a day or in the whole 4 hours of session take missed out and didn't take, but I'll try to focus on the quality where I'm getting proper information, getting 100% my gut feeling analysis, my technical analysis. I might be able to take one trade in a day or in the whole 4 hours that yes, this is where I should take, but I'll try to focus on the quality where I'm getting proper information, I'm still not doing it because that's the proper thing to take my time. Short term means price is above the moving average. No doubt. I might be able to take one in this scenario, buyers are strong, but from this price is increasing at any point in time. But I'll try. So that's why I am not very good at taking a trade. I'm still not doing it because that's the proper thing to take my time. Short term means price is above the moving average. Calculations from logic. In this scenario, buyers are strong, but from this price is increasing at any point in time. But I'll try. So that's why I am not very good at $1,000 thing, for example. I'm still not doing it because that's the proper thing to take my time. Short term means price is above the moving average. Calculations from logic. In this scenario, buyers are strong, but from this price is increasing at any point in time. But I'll exit. That's why I am not very good at $1,000 thing, for example. I'm still not doing it because that's the proper thing. I'll just pick up two short term means I'll just pick up 20 points. Let's see. 20 points is going to give me $6 of profit. Should I be happy with it? Tell me. Should I be happy? That's for a buy it. So my logic is going to be now I'm going to set I'll just pick up 20. If my bias becomes strong, then we cannot do anything as of now. But should I be happy when I plan my short entry? Let me just do some bit of analysis. That's for a buy it. So my logic is going to be I'll be taking my entry here. I'll just pick up 20. If my bias becomes strong, my entry point is then we cannot do anything as of now. But should I be happy when I plan my short entry? I'm planning that still is not confirmed, guys. So don't that's for a buy rush into taking a trade still. This is just when the situation changes. Going to example how I'm planning my entry. Because I just need 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 points to be able to make $5 to $6 here. So you see, I have 20 po when I plan my short entry, I feel that this is not something that that's for a buy rush into the entry point. My stop loss is when the situation changes. For example, how I'm planning my entry. My buy at 20 points is able to make $5 to $6. So you see, I plan my short entry so that this not confirm price. That's for a buy rush into demand. My stop loss is when the situation changes to my buy at 20 points is able to buy $5 you say I have plan my short entry which also is still big amount only. I don't think I should take more rush into demand. My stop loss is when the situation changes because why is $5 big is because I'm only planning for $5 profit. Ideally, I should not aim for $5 also, which also is still loss here because my profit has to be double of my loss that I'm making. So, for example, I have $5 here, then my aim would be $5 40 points, and 40 points I'm only planning for $5 profit. Ideally, I should not aim for $5 also, which also is still loss here because my profit has to be double of my loss that I'm making. So, for example, I have $5 here, then my aim would be $5 40 points, and 40 points I'm only planning for $5 profit. Ideally, I should not aim for $5 also, which also is still loss here because my profit has to be double of my loss that I'm making. So, for example, I have $5 here, then my aim would be $5 40 points, and 40 points I'm only planning for $5 profit. Ideally, I should not aim for $5 also, which also is still loss here because my profit has to be double of my loss that I'm making. So, for example, I have $5 here, then my aim would be $5 40 points, and 40 points I'm only planning for $5 profit. Ideally, I should not aim for $5 also, which is how much loss here because my profit has to be double of my loss that I'm making. 40 points. If I'm planning a risk to reward of, if I'm planning a loss of $5, this is exactly where it will give me a $10 profit. How? I'll show you. I took an entry and my position size is 1000. I took an entry. If I'm planning a risk to reward of, if I'm planning a loss of $5.2899. This is exactly where it will be 9 into 6 minus $10 profit. How? I'll show you. I took an entry at $14. I'll try to make it 10 if I'm planning a risk to reward of, if I'm planning a loss of $5.2899. This is exactly where it will be 9 into 6 minus $10 profit. How? I'll show you. I took an entry at $14. I'll try to make it 10 if I'm planning a risk at 2909. If I'm planning a loss of $5.2899. This is exactly where it will be 9 into 6 minus $10 profit. How? I'll show you. I took an entry at $14. I'll try to make it 10 if I'm planning a risk at 2909. 2909. So if I'm planning more than loss of $5.28, this is like 989 plus 9 into 6 minus $10, like $10. Yeah, this is good. This risk to reward and everything is $14. I think this setup looks fine. If 2909 is exit, so how much am I in? 2939 minus 2909. It's like almost $30 move I want, like $10. Yeah, this is move I want, so that I can make a profit of $10. This setup looks fine, and I can rinse out. If I'm losing out, I'm not losing out more than $5 because my aim is $10. I'm earning double the loss, and my profit is going to be $10. This is move I want, so that I can make a profit of $10. This setup looks fine, and I can rinse out. I think if I'm losing out, I'm not losing. Let's wait. I'm still waiting for the aim is $10. I'm earning double the loss, and my profit is going to be $10. This is move I want, so that I can still the breakout has not done. It's like moving the sideways direction. Can you guys see? It's reached. Let's over about 100 still like $68. So 22 is what it is. I'm earning double the loss currently on the, and my profit is going to be RSI. So it's almost reaching very near to the moving average. So if it moves past, why have I taken this entry here is because because it's reached, this is just exactly at the moving average that we're talking about, like 68. When it moves past the moving average, it's evident that it is going to start a downtrend from there. That's why RSI is this one. It's almost reaching very near to the moving average. Remember, this kind of entries are very risky because like when this price is almost near the moving average and starting to bounce back from there, sometimes moving average also acts like support and resistance. Evident that it is going to start a downtrend. What you may see it here might as well be like this can be a support, and price can definitely outbuy or very recently, or this can become a resistance also. This very much possible. So we have to be careful in terms of saying that price is not bouncing from this region. What you may see it here in some very high probable like this can be a support, and price can definitely outbuy very recently, or this can become a resistance. What will happen? See very much again. So we have to be careful in terms of saying that price is not bouncing from this region. What you may see it here in some very high probable like this can be a support, and price can definitely outbuy very recently, or this can become a resistance. What will happen? Just because we planned our entry on the 5 minutes chart near the moving averages doesn't mean at that point in time my 2 hours, sorry, my 4 hours or 1 hour chart in some very high favor of me. So we have to also confirm that when we are taking a trade. Remember that. Just because some things are looking nice on 5 minutes chart, like sellers becoming strong, sellers are expanding over, or we are seeing at that point in time short term it's looking nice, doesn't mean that the bigger time frame is giving us more favor of it. So we have to also confirm that when we are taking a trade. If one small confirmation is also not there on bigger time nice on 5 minutes chart, like sellers becoming strong, sellers are expanding over, or we are seeing even major things what doesn't mean that the bigger time frame is giving seller being imposed, moving averages are visible above price, the downtrend is continuing, and on RSI chart like seller below 50, and basically not below 50, it all depends. It should be even if it is above 70 or something, we can visibly short price, the downtrend is continuing, and nothing wrong. After reaching its overbought condition, price has to come back at a certain level, right? So we are just waiting not below 50, it all depends. It should be even if it is above 70 or something, we can visibly short price, the downtrend is continuing, and nothing wrong. After reaching its overbought condition, price this move is very important. Either price can break through not below 50 and uptrend can stay on that even if it is above 70 or something, we can visibly short price. The reversal, if the reversal is coming from here, I can plan my entry. After reaching its overbought condition, price this move is very important. Either price can break through, not why I am waiting till the moving averages, because from there I'll be sure that yes, the downtrend is evident. I want the breakout to come till this moving average level. If the reversal is coming from here, I short line, I know that yes, after reaching its overbought condition, price this move is very important. But if I plan my not why I am waiting till the moving averages with short entry from there, I'll be sure the chances are because if it's in uptrend, I want to break out like shorter time frame, and the uptrend continues for some more time on shorter time frame, then chances stop losses getting hit might be very high. Not why I am waiting till the moving averages with short entry from there, I'll be sure the chances are because if it's in uptrend, I want like shorter time frame, and the uptrend continues for some more time. But then at that point in time, as I told you, then the bigger time frame should also support my entry point only. Till then we are not going to take any trade. The chances are because if it's in uptrend, I want like shorter time frame, and the uptrend continues for some more time. But then at that point in time, as I told you, then the bigger time frame should also support my like a double bottom point getting clear. Till then we are not going to take any more little the chances are more up before it gets completely exhausted and then it will start pulling back. But then at that point in time, as I told you, then the bigger time frame should also support my like a double bottom getting clear. Till then we are not going to take any more little the chances are more up before it gets completely exhausted and then it will start pulling back. But then at that point in time, as I told you, the bigger time frame should also support. But if it's like a double way point price getting till then we are not able to price still little down the chances are more up in a trend before it gets completely exhausted and then it will start pulling back. But then at that point in time, as I told you, the bigger time frame should also support. But if it's like a double way point price getting till then we are not able to price still little down the chances are more up in a trend before it gets completely exhausted and then it will start pulling back. But then at that point in time, as I told you, the bigger time
I told you the price will go up and then it will start shooting down. So let it become completely exhausted. Let me see on the Fibonacci. I want to see few things like if it's in the premium zone or if it is in the. See, this is the resistance right now for it. So if it breaks past this, then a new support in this zone will be created and it become completely exhausted. And this resistance will now become the support for this. I want to see let's look at two things. I want to just premium zone or if it is in the. See, this is the resistance right now for it. And if it breaks past Fibonacci, then why am I using this Fibonacci? I'm telling you because I want to see if price is already in its premium zone or if it is in. I want to see let's look at see it's already in its premium zone or if it is in. So see this is the resistance right now. You see here if it breaks past it's this is why am I using this Fibonacci? I'm telling you 0.5. Price is already in its premium zone or if it means that it has become already very expensive. It's already become a premium amount here, like it's a premium. You see here, if it breaks past the zone that it has reached. Why am I using this Fibonacci? I'm telling you the other price is already in its premium zone or if it means that it has become already very expensive. It's already become a premium amount here, like it's a premium. You see here, if it breaks past the zone that it has reached. Why am I using this Fibonacci? I'm telling you the other. So as per today's highest peak point, highest resistance sitting at the very bottom here is already become. So it still has the capacity to go till that zone and then come back. Premium the zone that it has reached. Why am I using this Fibonacci? I'm telling you the other. So as per today's highest peak point, highest resistance sitting at the very bottom here is already become. So it still has the capacity to go till that zone and then come back. Premium the zone that it has reached. Why am I using this Fibonacci? I'm telling you the other. So as per today's highest peak point, highest resistance sitting at the very bottom here is already become. So it still has the capacity to go till that zone and then it's getting rejected guys. Previously there was an order block sitting in that zone. Do you see this maroon, this dark red zone here? This is an order block. Whenever there is an order block, whether it's in green color or red, one dark red, it indicates that previously there has been a massive buying or selling by some big whales or some big institutions over there. See, after this price definitely came down. This is an order way too much after this. See, whenever there is an order block, whether it's in green color or red. So whenever you see there is an order block, it indicates that the price will drastically move. There has been a massive buying or selling by some big whales or some here there is one see after this price definitely came down. This order block way too much. The blue ones are whenever there is an order block. Let's wait, hold on, let me see. So whenever you see there is an order block, it indicates that the price will drastically move. There has been a massive buying or selling by some big whales or some here there is order block and the red ones are your bearish order block. Definitely came down. This order block way too much. The blue ones are whenever there is an order block. Let's also point out to the fair value. Whenever you see there is a fair value gaps because that fair value gap will give us an entry. There has been a massive buying or selling by some big whales or some here there is order block and the red ones are your bearish order block. Definitely came down. This order block. See, there is a fair value gap sitting here in this zone. Let's also point there is an imbalance whenever you see so somebody needs to and fair value gap will give us an entry, buy entry, short entry, both are possible in this zone, because from here if you plan your short entry, like if it reverses from this zone, you plan your short from here until this zone is lender target. Price somebody needs to plan, or other thing what you can do is you can also wait till price hits this zone and plan your buy entry. If you plan your short entry, like if it reverses from this zone, you plan your breaking short from here until this zone is lender target. Price somebody needs to plan, or other thing what you can do is you can also wait till price hits this zone and plan. You see the previous resistance zone got tested here. Short entry, like if it reverses from this zone, you plan your breaking short from here until this zone is lender target. Price somebody needs to plan, or other thing what you can do is you can also wait. So we are not keeping a very long trade. Resistance got, we are not keeping a very bigger long trade or very big movement. Until this zone is going to just aim for 20 to 50 points, and that's all it needs for us. We are not keeping a very long trade. Resistance got, we are not keeping a very bigger long trade or very big movement in our goal. It's going to just aim for the from here when wherever it points, and that's all it needs for us. We are not keeping a very long trade. Resistance got, we are not keeping a very bigger long trade or very big movement in our goal. It's going to just aim for the from here when wherever it points, and that's all it needs for us. We are not keeping a very long trade. Resistance got, we are not keeping a very bigger long trade or very big movement in our goal. It's going to just aim for the from here when wherever it points, and that's all it needs for us. We are not keeping a very long trade. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. Looks like there's an indecision. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. Price is down again. It needs for us to rise again on the increase. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. Looks like there's an indecision. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. Price is down again. It needs for us to rise again on the increase. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. Looks like there's an indecision. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. Price is down again. It needs for us to rise again on the increase. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. See, buyers are still trying to get stronger. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. Price is down again. It needs for us to rise again on the increase. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. See, buyers are still trying to get stronger. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. Price is down again. It needs for us to rise again on the increase. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. See, buyers are still trying to get stronger. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. Price is down again. It needs for us to rise again on the increase. So all the traders who were previously in the buy trade have started taking out their profits. See, buyers are still trying to get stronger. Some traders took out their trades. Let me see what's happening on the 60 minutes. I'm not chasing this candle because this is a very clear liquidity trap candle, guys. All the traders who were previously in the buy trade because if you chase this candle, that's where exactly your money is going to get trapped. I was telling you in the starting of the session, right? There are some candles chasing this candle because this is a very clear and such fast candles which are moving too quick.
there can be liquidity trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally along with the traders, and money is other traders will think, oh, it's moving very quick, in the starting of the session, right? Nice shoot. I'm not saying I don't enter. I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Such fast, and the moment you enter into it, it'll exactly at that point in time liquidity trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally along with the traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Such fast, and the moment you enter into it, it'll exactly at that point in time liquidity trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Such fast, and the moment you enter into it, it'll exactly at that point in time liquidity trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Such fast, and the moment you enter into it, it'll exactly at that point in time liquidity trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Such fast, and the moment you enter into it, it'll exactly at that point in time liquidity trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Such fast, and the moment you enter into it, it'll exactly at that point in time reverse trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out
I
on
don't want to be
the
part of
opportunity.
that
Such
trap,
fast,
and
and the
that's why
moment
I'm
you
just
enter
holding
into it,
on.
it'll exactly
Just
at that
moving
point in
very
time
quick,
reverse
very quick.
trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out
I
on
don't want to
the
be part of
opportunity.
that
Such
trap,
fast,
and
and the
that's why
moment you
I'm just
enter
holding
into it,
on.
it'll exactly
Just
at that
moving
point in
very
time
quick,
reverse
very quick.
trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out
I
on
don't want to
the
be part of
opportunity.
that
Such
trap,
fast,
and
and the
that's why
moment you
I'm just
enter
holding
into it,
on.
it'll exactly
Just
at that
moving
point in
very
time
quick, very
reverse
quick.
trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out
I
on
don't want to
the
be part of
opportunity.
that
Such
trap,
fast,
and
and the
that's why
moment
I'm
you
just
enter
holding
into it,
on.
it'll exactly
Just
at that
moving
point in
very
time
quick,
reverse
very quick.
trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out
I
on
don't want to
the
be part of
opportunity.
that
Such
trap,
fast,
and
and the
that's why
moment
I'm
you
just
enter
holding
into it,
on.
it'll exactly
Just
at that
moving
point in
very
time
quick, very
reverse
quick.
trap. You'll see that okay, price is moving too quick. If you chase this, you can enter into the rally like trap traders, and money is other traders. These are like more or less like these are the starting of the session, right? Inducements that if I don't enter, I'm going to miss out
I
on
don't want to
the
be part of
opportunity.
that
Such
trap,
fast,
and
and the
that's why
moment
I'm
you
just
enter
holding
into it,
on.
it'll exactly
Just
at that
moving
point in
very
time
quick,
reverse
very
trap.
big
You'll see that
tug
okay,
of
price
war
is
that's
moving too
going
quick.
on.
If you
This is
chase
a
this,
very
you can enter
decisive
into the
zone.
rally like trap
The
traders, and
reason why is this happening is because it's almost near the moving average, you see. And from here, both buyers and sellers are trying to decide where to
very
reach.
big
That's why I
tug of
told you
war
that
that's
when
going
we are
on.
taking a
This is a very
trade,
decisive
during
zone.
that time we have to be
The reason
cautious
why is this
because
happening
a
is
lot
because
of
it's in
traders
the
at that
it's
zone
almost near
will
the
try to
moving
take a
average, you
trade.
see.
So the buyers might be
And
taking
from
trades
here,
to push the price
both
above
buyers
it
and sellers
so that
are
uptrend
trying to decide
can continue and the
where to
sellers
very
might be
big
trying hard
that's
to
why I told you that
push
when
it
we are
down.
taking a very
Now in
decisive zone,
that
tug
time
of
we
war
have to be
basically,
cautious.
why is this
Price will
because
not
a lot
increase
of traders at
again
that
any
it's almost
momentum.
near the
Try to
moving
take a
average, you
trade.
see.
So the buyers might be
And
taking
from
trades
here,
to push the price
both
above
buyers
it
and sellers
so that
are
uptrend
trying to decide
can continue and the
where to
sellers
very
might be
big
trying hard
that's why I
to
told you that
push
when
it
we are
down.
taking a very
Now in
decisive
that
tug
time
of
we
war
have to be
basically,
cautious.
why is this
Price will
because
not
a lot
increase
of traders at
again
that
any
it's almost near
momentum.
the
Try to
moving
take a
average, you
trade.
see.
So the buyers might be
And
taking
from
trades
here,
to push the price
both
above
buyers
it
and sellers
so that
are
uptrend
trying to decide
can continue and the
where to
sellers
very
might be
big
trying hard
that's why I
to
told you that
push
when
it
we are
down.
taking a very
Now in
decisive
that
tug of
time we
war
have to be
basically isn't price was a lot of traders at that it's almost near the moving averages. So the buyers might be taking trades to push the price above buyers and sellers are so that uptrend can continue and the sellers might be trying hard to push it down. Now in that what basically isn't price was a lot of traders at that it's almost near the
So the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
still
buyers
the
might be taking trades to
green
push
volume
the
is
price
showing
above
up.
buyers
Looks
and
like it's
sellers are
not a
so that
fake
uptrend
out.
can
Looks like the
continue
buyers
and the
are
sellers
joining
might be
the
trying
scene.
hard to push it down. Now in that what basically isn't price was a lot of traders at that it's almost near the
So the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
still
buyers
the
might be taking trades to
green
push
volume
the
is
price
showing
above
up.
buyers
Looks
and
like it's
sellers are
not
so
a
that
fake
uptrend
out. Looks
can
like the
continue
buyers
and the
are
sellers might
joining
be
the
trying
scene.
hard to push it down. Now in that what basically isn't price was a lot of traders at that it's almost near the
So the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
still
buyers
the
might be taking
sometimes the
trades to push
second
the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks like
missed.
the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing
basically
the orders
isn't
sometimes. Like
price
even a
was a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us.
might
So
be taking
sometimes the
trades to push
second
the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks like
missed.
the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing
basically
the orders
isn't
sometimes. Like
price
even a
was a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So
crazy
the
for
buyers
us. So
might be taking
sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks
missed.
like the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing the
basically
orders
isn't
sometimes. Like
price
even a
was a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us.
might
So
be taking
sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks
missed.
like the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing the
basically
orders
isn't
sometimes. Like
price
even a
was a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us. So
might be taking
sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks
missed.
like the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing the
basically
orders
isn't
sometimes. Like
price
even a
was a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us. So
might be taking
sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks
missed.
like the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing the
basically
orders
isn't
sometimes. Like
price
even a
was a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us. So
might be taking
sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks
missed.
like the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we
to
have to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing the
basically
orders
isn't
sometimes. Like even a
a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us. So
might be taking
sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks like
missed.
the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we have
to
to be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing
basically
the orders
isn't
sometimes. Like even a
a lot of
millisecond can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So the
crazy for
buyers
us.
might be taking
Sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity
looks
missed.
like the
So
buyers are sellers might be trying hard
we have to
to
be
push
like
it down.
really quick in
Now in
terms of
that what
executing
basically
the orders
isn't
sometimes. Like even a
a lot
millisecond
of
can
traders at
basically
that it's
be
almost near the
so the
moving
volume
averages.
indicator
So
crazy
the
for
buyers
us.
might be taking
Sometimes the
trades to
second
push the
mist
price
is
above
also
buyers and
like
sellers are
still
so that
an
uptrend
opportunity missed.
looks like
So
the buyers are sellers might be
such an
trying hard
indecisive zone still, not executing the
building
orders
up the right
sometimes. Like
momentum. I do want to take a short trade from here because
so the volume indicator crazy for us.
but buyers are not
Sometimes the
letting the
second mist
price
is also
go
like still
down.
an opportunity missed. So such an indecisive zone still, not executing the orders
Building up the right
sometimes. Like
momentum. I do want to take a short trade from here because
so the volume indicator crazy for us.
but buyers are not
Sometimes the
letting the
second mist
price
is also
go
like still
down.
an opportunity missed. So such an indecisive zone still, not executing the orders
Building up the
sometimes.
right
So looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
So
the
the
volume
volume
indicator
indicator
is
is
also
also
showing
showing
the
the
volume
volume
is
is
letting the
growing.
price. I
So
hope
looks
it's
like
not a
buyers
fake
are
out.
an opportunity missed. So such an indecisive zone still, not executing the orders
Building up the
sometimes. So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
The volume indicator is also
But
showing
buyers
the
are not
volume is
letting the
growing.
price.
I hope it's not a fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the
So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
The volume indicator is also
but
showing
buyers
the
are not
volume is
letting the
growing.
price.
I hope it's not a fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the
So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
Okay, looks
the
like there's a
volume indicator
rejection,
is also
but
showing
buyers
the
are not
volume is
letting the
growing.
price. I hope it's not a fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the
So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
Okay, looks
the
like there's a
volume indicator
rejection,
is also
but
showing
buyers
the
are not
volume is
letting the
growing.
price. I hope it's not a fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the
So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
Okay, looks
the
like there's a
volume indicator
rejection,
is also
but
showing
showing
the
the volume is
letting the
growing.
price.
So applied my short here.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the
So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade from
control.
here because
Okay, looks
the
like there's a
volume indicator
rejection,
is also
but
showing
showing
the
the volume is
letting the
growing.
price.
So fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the
So
right
looks like
momentum. I do
buyers are
want to take
trying
a
to
short
take the
trade
control. My
from
entry
here
price is
okay,
2934.
looks like there's a
There's a
rejection
rejection,
is also
but
showing
showing
the
the volume is
letting the
growing.
price.
So fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to
going
take a
against
short
me,
trade
my
from
like
here
3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my
is
exit
growing.
is. So fake out.
Such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to
going
take a
against
short
me,
trade
my
from
like
here
3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my exit is. So fake out.
such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to
going
take a
against
short
me,
trade
my
from
like 3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my exit is. So fake out.
such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to
going
take a
against
short
me,
trade
my
from
like 3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my exit is. So fake out.
such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to take
going
a short
against
trade
me,
from
my like 3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my exit is. So fake out.
such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to
going
take a short
against me,
trade
my
from
like 3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my exit is. So fake out.
such an indecisive zone still, not building up the right
So if
momentum. I
price
do
is
want to
going
take a short
against me,
trade
my
from
like 3 to 1 4 or something,
looks like there's a rejection is also showing the
that's where my exit is. So if you want to copy my trade, you can do, or you can basically
such an
take the
indecisive zone
guidance and
still,
apply it in your trades.
building
I'm
up the
waiting
right
for so the if
momentum. I
markets price
do
to is
want to
shoot
take
down.
a short
Against me, my like
trade
I was
from
able to get around $1.50 of profit here.
that's where my exit
But
is.
since I
So
aim
if
for
you
at
want to
least
copy my
two
trade,
to
you can
five
do, or you
dollars,
can
can basically
such an
take the
indecisive
let's
zone
see guidance
still,
and if I
building
apply it in
up
your
the right
close it with
momentum.
trades, even as low as I'm
I'm
waiting
waiting
for
for
the
the
markets
markets
to
to
still
shoot
down
down.
with me. I
I
was
was
we
able to
aimed
get
for
around
$10, but if we are
$1.50 of
getting
profit here.
$5 also as the profit, we
But
would since I
so
aim
if
for
you
at
want to
least
copy my
two
trade,
to
you can
five
do, or you
dollars,
can
can basically
such an
take the
indecisive
let's
zone
see
still,
guidance and
building
if I
up
apply
the
it
right
in your
momentum.
trades, with even as low as
I'm
$2 to
waiting for the
$5
markets
growth
to
is still
shoot
fine
down.
with me. I was
We
we
able to
aimed
get
for
around
$10, but if we are
$1.50 of
getting
profit here.
$5 also as the profit, we
But
would since I
so
aim
if
for
you
at
want to
least
copy my
two
trade,
to
you can
five
do, or you
dollars,
can
can basically
such an
take the
indecisive
guidance
zone
and
still,
apply it in
building
your
up the right
trades.
even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5 growth is still fine with me. We aimed for $10, but if we are getting $5 also as the profit, but since I aim for at least $2 to $5, you can basically take the guidance in the light in your trades, even as low as $2 to $5
This
growth
will
is
be a
still fine
deciding
with me.
point, guys.
We aimed for
So
$10, but if
most
we are
likely
getting
if price shoots below
$5
from
as the
here,
profit, but since I
it's
aim
going
for
to
at
give
least
us good amount of profit.
$2 to $5,
Otherwise,
take the guidance in the light
either
in
it's
your
going to be a
trades,
no profit, no loss zone for us. So
$2 to $5
price this will has be to a shoot down deciding from here, point, going to guys.
I was we aimed
Give
for
us
$10,
those profits here.
but
Most
if we
likely
are
if
getting
price shoots
$5
below
as
from
the
here,
profit, but since I
it's
aim
going
for
to
at
give
least
us good amount
$2
of
to
profit. We'll try to exit at no
$5,
profit, no loss.
take the guidance in the light
Either
in
it's
your
going to
trades.
be a no profit, no
In
loss
most of the
zone for
cases,
us.
the third candle is the most
And
deciding
this will be a
factor.
deciding point.
In
We're
two
going to click
candles, it
down
kind
and
of
give us those profits here.
most likely
Tries to
price shoots
decide
below
where it
from here,
is
trying to head.
it's going to give us good
Otherwise,
amount.
it will
We'll try
upward
to
direction
exit
or
at no
lower
profit, no
direction.
loss.
It tries to decide
Either
that.
it's going to be a no profit, no
Third,
loss
most of
zone.
the
The most
cases, the third
deciding
candle is
factor.
the most
And
deciding
this will be a
factor.
deciding point.
So
We're going to
if it
click
moves
down and
past
give us
this,
those
then
profits here.
most likely
Tries to
our
decide
profit
where
is
it is
going to
trying
come.
to head. It's going to
Otherwise,
give us
it's
otherwise
going to
we'll
be
try to exit at
either
lower
a loss
direction.
for us or it's either going to be
Tries
a
to decide that.
no profit, no
Third,
loss.
most
Most
of
of the
the most
cases, the third
deciding
candle is
factor.
the most
I'll
deciding
decide
factor.
what needs to be done.
So if
If
it
it
moves
moves
past
past
this,
this,
then
profits here.
most likely
Tries to
our
decide
profit
where
is
it
going to come to head. Otherwise, it's going to be upward direction trade, either a loss for us or it's either going to be a no profit, no loss. Most of the cases, the third candidate is the most deciding. I'll decide what needs to be done. You see the momentum is building here. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. It's an indecision. They're not able to decide whether it should move up, it should go down. Deciding factor. I'll decide what needs to be done. You see the momentum is building here. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. It's an indecision. They're not able to decide whether it should move up, it should go down. It's okay. There are days when we have losses, so we should be prepared for both of it. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Sellers are still in control, able to decide whether it should move up, it should go down. There are days when we have losses, so we should be prepared for both of it. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide whether sell trade in this zone is still. There are days when we have losses, so we should be prepared for both of it. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide whether sell trade in this zone is still. There are days when we have losses, so we should be prepared for both of it. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide whether sell trade in this zone is still. There are days when we have losses, so we should be prepared for both of it. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide. Sellers are holding control still. There are days when buyers are trying hard to push the price up, but they are not able to. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide. Sellers are holding control still. There are days when buyers are trying hard to push the price up, but they are not able to. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide. Sellers are holding control still. There are days when buyers are trying hard to push the price up, but they are not able to. So price, that previous candle you see it's an indecision. Otherwise, that candle which closed with no body here. Buyers are still in control, able to decide. Sellers are holding control still. I'm closing this trade, guys, because I'm going to take a small 5 minutes break here. I want to take a small 5 minutes break. I closed it at a very minimal profit. I'll come back and trade again. If I stay, I'm going to basically I'm closing this trade, guys, because and if I miss out on that opportunity in split of seconds, I don't want to do that. So I take a small 5 minutes break. I closed it with a very minimalistic profit there. I could have made a little more, but because I can't leave the if I stay, I'm going to basically I'll come back and take another entry. And if I miss out on that, we were able to even seconds get around $3 to $4 of profit. But if I closed it, I closed it with a very minimalistic profit there. I could have made it's nothing very because I can't very if I stay and not drop like that, I'm not some kind of I'll come back and take another entry. It's just for the right entry. It's a quality I around like $4 of entry that you closed it, and that's all. I closed it with a very minimalistic profit there. It's nothing within just little move like 295 something. I was able to make a profit out in another entry. It's just for the right receive it on the screen yourself. Around like we still don't believe that you taste it. The live trading and everything is here. It's nothing within just little move like 295 something. I profit is possible. Make a profit out in order entry. Anyway, that's what I already received on the moment itself. I'm just like still watching them and the live trading and everything is here. And within just little more like 2 nights, I've seen something profit is possible and what is maybe interacting that order entry. Anyway, that's what I already received on the moment itself. I'm just like still watching them and the live the issue is I'm not is here. And within just little more like 2 nights, I've seen something profit. I actually wanted to maybe interacting that order entry. Anyway, that's what I already received on the moment itself. I'm just like still watching them and the live the issue is I'm not is here. And within just little more like 2 nights, I've seen something profit. I actually wanted to maybe interacting that order entry. Anyway, that's what I already received on the moment itself. I'm just like still watching them and the live the issue is right two trades we closed within just with a profit. I was just trying to capture a little movements here and there. I'll come back and explain you everything. Hold on till I come back and then we'll see. I we have a, like because I'm going for a small break. I'm not giving you too much of time, but I'll explain you why I was taking a trade here, as in why I planned my short entry, and I'll come back and explain you everything. This setup was 100% accurate, or why this setup was inevitably giving us. We have a, like because I'm going for a small break. I'm not giving profit that, but I'll explain you why I was in the starting of the trade. You're watching this piece, why I planned my short entry, and I'll come back and explain you everything. And I gave you this exit also. If I would have exactly followed my inevitably giving us, I would have been sitting at a minimum of a small break. I'm not giving I profit that, but I'll explain why I was in the starting of the trade. You're watching this, I'm getting this lost my short, because you will also get interested at some point in time looking at exit rates, and I've been watching this last exactly followed my inevitably giving us. The strategy that we discussed in the starting of the session is just there what I was doing. This is not something where we have applied any rocket science. It's very simple logic, some very important places that we have put mind, and some very strategy that we discussed in the starting of the session is just there what I was doing. So I'll come back and explain you more of this, and then no sorry yourself. Very simple logic, some very important places that of profit, like I was getting around 3 also, but I strategy that we discussed in the starting of the session is just there. Okay, so I'll come back and explain you. So if you're finding any valuable content, any value in the kind of things that we're discussing, I want you guys to please download the video app, subscribe to the channel, strategy that we discussed in the starting of the share it with everyone. What do you think you can do it? So I'll come back and explain. Also make sure if you're finding come live and with application so that we can help you out with kind of things that you're discussing. I want you guys to strategies download, and I will show you how to go about it as well. It's not rocket science. Most we also can do it. So I'll come back 100%. Also make sure if you're finding come live as 100% application, 99% or 98% that you're discussing. I want you guys follow strategies download, and I will show you how to go about it. At the time, not rocket to go with trading every day, minimum of $5. So I'll come back 100% every day. If you're finding out live as $5, 99% on the next few next week, imagine how much that comes in. And I will show you how next 5 to 10 times you make $5. Imagine trading how much you be able to make every day to consistent in the same manner like I'm just live showing you. Pick up one setup, just put a target there, $5, $10. Today I planned it in the starting session. If you next 5 to 10 times go replay this session and pick from imagine trading how much you be able to make how every day to business what parameters that I might like I'm just live exact setup one setup every day. Just put a target there, making $5, $10. Today I planned it in the starting session. 30 days of live because futures give you the opportunity to trade in both the directions. Unlike in spot where you're just trading in one direction, buy low, sell high. Spot futures give you the option to just put a target there. So that means that it is basically allowing you to trade because what you're teaching opportunities to trade in both the directions. Every day, when buying is not possible, but still through sell also you have to make profit. Spot futures give you the option to just put a target there. And that means that it is basically allowing you not to trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. When one trade is not possible, but still through sell also you have to make profit. That I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup that go check it from the studies are going on. The setup I did not trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. When one trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we don't want quantity every day. One trade is not possible, I gave you exact stop loss of 8 and I gave you guys how simple to love it. This setup $10 and go check it from the studies are going on. Okay, I'll continue one trade, plan for quantity. Remember, we So sorry, guys. Sometimes break is so important in between to be able to take the right kind of trades. Emotions play a very critical role, and if you don't, understand this fact, to be able to become a very successful
sorry,
trader,
guys.
you also have to learn to become patient with
Sometimes
whatever
break is
we are
so
doing. So
important
it's
in
not
between to be
something
able
that
to take
all
the
of
right kind
us,
of trades.
get it
Emotions
by
play a very
ourselves.
critical
It
role, and
obviously
if you
develops
don't,
by, like as we
understand this
keep on
fact,
practicing this
to be able
discipline kind
to
of a
become
life.
a very
So,
successful trader, you also
just now
have
you
to
saw,
learn to
it's a classic
become
example
patient with
of
sometimes
whatever
break
we
is
are
so
doing. What
important.
it
It's
means
not
is like when you
something
grow
that
impatient,
take
because
the
I
right
was
kind
like,
of
this
trades.
might be a reason that I
Emotions
should
play
by
a very
ourselves go
critical role, and
obviously
if you
develop,
don't,
freshen up and come back,
like as
like
we
refresh on
keep
practicing
so
this
obviously I
discipline
didn't
kind
wanted
of a
to take
life.
the chance of
Just now you
putting
saw,
the
it's a classic example
like putting the
of
sometimes
whatever
break
we
is
are
so
doing. Trade and
important.
then go
It's
back.
not
Because
something that
in
because
future,
I was like
once
this might be a reason that I
millisecond
should
also
buy
matters a
ourselves
lot. If I
go
would have
obviously
basically
develop
just
freshen up and come back
walked
like
out
as
of
we
the
refresh on
session
practicing this
without even
discipline kind
caring
of a
for
life.
the chance
So
of what it is looking just like now you saw, then I would it's a have classic definitely example putting the out
sometimes
on
break
a
is so
lot.
important
And then go
it's
back.
not
Instead of
something
that, I closed it
because I was
once
like whatever
minimalistic
millisecond
profit
I
also
should buy
matters a
ourselves
lot. If
go
I would have
obviously
basically
develop
just
freshen up
had
and
I
come
been
back
little
walked out of the
patient over
session
there in the sense that
without
I
even
caring
wanted to
for
take
the
the
chance
chance
of
what it is looking like.
patient here to
Then I would
stay
have
and
definitely
continue
putting the
out on a
trade
lot.
and then go back.
Instead of that, I closed it
So
and
I was
saw
like whatever
in
minimalistic
this
profit I
zone,
should
the
buy
target
ourselves
that we
I
kept.
would have basically
This is
had
exactly
I
I put a
been
little
little
$10
patient
over
over
there
in the sense that
without
I
even
am
caring
this
for
could have
the
given me
chance
much
of
more what it is looking profit.
patient here to stay
My
and
entry price you guys saw it when we were on morning history.
instead of
My
that,
entry
I
point was
closed it and saw
296.
whatever
In
minimalistic
this
profit I
from
should
the
buy
target
ourselves.
that we
I would
kept,
have basically
this is
to
exactly I put a little $10
866.
over the sense
This is
that
where
I
it
am
went. This could have given me
okay,
much more
$68 minimum.
patient here to
So
stay
my
and
entry price you guys saw it
$1,000
when
minimum.
I'll show you how I
Instead
was.
of
My
that,
incoming
I
point was
closed it and saw
29x
whatever
leverage. If you
minimalistic
don't have
profit
from
I
10x leverage, you can lower it a little bit.
this is
5x
exactly I put
minimum. $8,000 divided
this is
by
where it went. This could have
29.5.
given
That's
me
how much was that
$68
minimum
patient
point.
here to stay
So my
and
entry price you guys saw if I would have shown you how I was. My incoming point was $29 rejection over there.
you don't have from
And I
10x
would have
leverage, you can
definitely
lower it a little
stopped.
bit.
This is
5x
exactly
to stay
$8,000
this is
$23
where
again.
it went. This could have given me
$23 is what I
$68
easily got it.
patient here to
And the
stay
results
and
are if I would have shown all of it. So there is nothing hidden, there is nothing
you don't have from
I
10x
would have
leverage, you can lower
definitely
it a little bit.
this is
5x
exactly
to stay $23 again.
$23 is what I
$68
easily got it.
patient here to
And the results are
so nobody could have stopped me from taking
all
the
of my
trade.
so
So
there
there
is
is
nothing hidden, there is
$23
nothing is what we
easily
eliminate
without
this
any rocket science that you have to learn. I hope when we started this session and in the sessions in the start, you realize that I have not used any. So nobody could have stopped me from taking the trade. I kept it very logical, very easy to understand, very normal language that I can use without kind of rocket science that you have to learn. And if you're going with this right setup, right kind of mindset, you realize that I have not used any. So nobody could have stopped me from. I think that will give you proper to understand very and you don't have to necessarily go by what prices I have gone with. Like I have taken $100 with an this right not necessarily you should be doing $100 into 10. You realize that I have obviously lower your capital also you can lower your leverage also. That will give you proper to understand kind of intensity necessarily go by what all the bigger rights I have is that if you're going above this right not necessarily you should be doing a lot of things that you need to understand and lower your capital also you can lower your the results are that you play this kind of replay this pretty necessarily go by one more time to understand is that how we are going about this kind of solution and then again I'm going to give you another setup. This gave us at least a minimum of the results are that we could have been. It's kind of replay this pretty necessarily go by this one more time to understand and then I will definitely have this much better than this solution and then again I'm going to give you another setup. This gave us let's plan
one more benefit. If you want to copy my trades right now, you can very well copy the trade by zero points that I am registered, and then I will definitely. Or if you want to take this guidance back, take it and let's apply it in your and then again I'm going to give you another sentence. So let's wait and watch. I have to again assess some time. You can very well see guys. You can see that I am registered, and then my PNL history or my order guidance back. My PNL history. I have I have two trades so far, one profit here. So let's wait and watch. If you want to copy now I'm going to look for another third entry. See guys, missed out on two opportunities. Whoever has joined the session has missed out on two opportunities. The results are in the guidance back. I have one profit here. Another one here. I have two trades so far. So if you want, wait and watch coming like 2 hours. Now I will look for another qualitative. I'm not concentrating on quantity. I don't want quantity. I want one quality trade in the guidance back. And that's all. If you also want to take a trade along, so if you planning my setup, wait and watch coming or like 2 hours. Now I will take the guidance back. Qualitative. I'm not concentrating on quantity. I don't want quantity. I want one quality trade in the guidance back. And that's all. If you also want to take a trade along, so if you from seeing my screen or like 2 hours, now I will take the guidance back. Qualitative. I'm not concentrating on quantity. I don't want quantity. One quality trade is all and that's means slightly above the oversold, but it is not near the neutral. Now, what does it mean? I mean, like if I have to plan my buying minutes, here the buyers have to get something in this scenario. The buyers are still not in control, sellers are only in control. How do I get this confirmation? I can see that on the on the DMI now my sellers are strong because the buyers are weak. And the second confirmation here, the buy price of both are moving average in this chart, that the buyers are still not in control, that sellers are only in the buyers are basically. How do I get this confirmation? I can see that in this zone, currently the plan right now, my sellers are very good because the buyers are weak. Let's have and the second confirmation here, the buy price of both are showing price in this chart, that the buyers are still and that sellers are basically sellers are in control and buyers are just in this zone. Currently the plan right now, my sellers are very good because the buyers are weak. Let's have and the second confirmation here, the buy price of both are showing price in this chart, that the buyers are still and that sellers are basically sellers are in control and buyers are just in this zone. Currently the plan right now, my sellers are very good because the buyers are weak. Let's have and the second confirmation here, the buy price of both are showing price in this chart, that the buyers are still and that sellers are basically sellers are in control and buyers are just in this zone. Currently the plan right now, my sellers are very good because the buyers are weak. Let's have and the second confirmation here, the buy price of both are showing price in this chart, that the buyers are still and that sellers are basically sellers are in control and buyers are just in this zone. Currently the plan right now, my sellers are very good because the buyers are weak. Let's have and the second confirmation here, the buy price of both are showing price. Let's see the 4 hours chart. Sellers are in control here. Are basically sellers are in control. In this zone also sellers are control and the downtrend is strong. And it's reached oversold zone. So it's kind of retracing a little in the shorter perspective, like slightly trying to. In this zone, sellers are control and the downtrend is strong. And it's reached oversold zone. So it's kind of retracing a little in the shorter perspective, like slightly trying to. In this zone, sellers are control and the downtrend is strong. And it's reached oversold zone. So it's kind of retracing a little in the shorter perspective, like slightly trying to. In this zone, sellers are control and the downtrend is strong. And it's reached
oversold zone. So it's kind of retracing a little in the shorter perspective, like slightly trying to in this zone where sellers are controlled and the downtrend is strong and it's reached oversold zone. So it's kind of retracing a little in the shorter perspective, like slightly trying to in this zone where sellers are controlled and the downtrend. So with the volume indicator, we can see that volume is basically becoming volume is justifying the price, but let's wait for a pullback. It's kind of retracing a little in the shorter perspective, like the setup that we planned basically could have been a failure too. So with the volume just because price was above moving average and then it flipped the price on the other side doesn't mean that every time it's going to be the same. Sometimes what happens is that is the area where the setup that trades happen because could have it's a moving area, moving average area. So what happens over there is a lot of people think, okay, it's a very crucial zone. Some of them might plan their buy entries, some of them might have their sell entries already sitting there because they know that from their price either can take an uptrend or a trade downtrend. So basically, it's a moving a lot of trades will be sitting at that level. So for the price, a lot of people think, okay, it's a very crucial in that zone. Some of them might plan their just because we were able to get a successful sell entry at that level doesn't every time you're going to get that. The opposite of it can also because you remember the starting a lot of trades will be sitting at that level. So that price, a lot of people at that level, my moving average level, price doesn't flip to the downward side and it just behaves opposite, which means it goes in the upward direction. Then I will be exiting a lot of trades will be selling loss and I give you that at that because in this zone what happens is not necessarily price short to the downward side and all the other sellers are thinking in the same way that they want to take a sell trade. Then I will be exiting particular entry. What if the buyers outweigh the sellers? In this zone, what if the buyers are more stronger than the sellers? I want a zone where the exchanges, all the other sellers are looking over the same way that they want to take a sell trade. Not necessarily that, like if I am thinking that I want a short sell at that buyers outweigh the other people in this zone, what if the buyers are more stronger? Right? They might plan that buy entry. So in that scenario, price the other sellers flip to the other side. And probably what setup I want guys, it might fail there. If I think that I want a short sell at that, if it's other price gets rejected and the is not strong, they might plan that buy and get out of the market with no profit. In that scenario, price the other sellers flip to the other side. And probably what setup I want guys, it might fail there. Sometimes price is above the gap, price is above moving average, it is volume is not very short. They might plan that buy and get out of the market at that particular stage where price is just near the moving average. I will get out completely opposite. And nobody can tell any sometimes price is above the gap, price is above moving average, it is what is happening over there. So they might plan that very careful, especially at that particular where price is very careful. I will get out completely opposite. And nobody can tell any sometimes price is above the gap, price is above moving average. This what is happening is very crucial. Very careful, especially when you plan a sell entry from where all plan a buy is very careful. It's very crucial because you might plan a buy entry from here, but the price might start moving down. Sometimes price might plan to sell entry, but the price might start moving. This what is happening. This is a very crucial zone. It's like a neutral zone here. When we look at RSI, all plan a buy is right. It's a neutral zone. Because you might plan a buy entry from here, but the price might start moving down. Sometimes price might plan to sell entry, but the price might start like this. From here, from this point, actually, it's like a neutral zone. That's why, if you take a trade, remember how to create this particular setup is. For example, hypothetically imagine in this zone you took a buy trade, for example, thinking that price will basically go from this point, actually took a buy trade in this zone. That's why, imagine if you take a trade, remember how to create this particular setup is. For example, the advantage in that zone, for example, in this zone you took a buy trade. You're waiting for the breakout price to basically go up. And remember always, every time, whenever you take a trade, before your breakouts, whatever you are planning, if you're planning to short or planning a buy, doesn't matter. When you're planning a buy, for example, and you want the price to go up, that is your thinking. And remember always, but every time, whenever you plan your entry at 2939, before your breakout, so in next whatever you are planning, 5-10 minutes, short or planning a buy, doesn't matter. When you plan a buy, for example, and you want the price to go up, exactly look at my strategy, which I every time whenever you just about a couple of hours ago, repeat this telecast once again. 5-10 minutes, buy my trade was successful. Reason being, when I took a trade with this level, I told you I'm taking a trade with this level, exactly look at my strategy, which I every time whenever you just about a couple of hours ago, repeat this telecast once again, but you will not take a trade right. You wait for the second candle. When I take a trade, not even take a, at the second candle, the moment second candle forms, you will know whether it's going down or not. Second candle will let you enter. Remember the second candle will let you enter, but not the third candle. You wait for the second candle direction. When I trade, not even take a, when you see at the second candle, for example, the red candle forms, then another second red candle forms, enter immediately. Now, the third candle is your deciding candle whether or not wait for the second candle direction. Because if when by the time at the second candle, for example, the red candle, if price after retesting your entry, second candle, for example, if my enter, now the third candle is your deciding candle whether or not wait for the second candle direction. Because if by the time at the third candle, if the third candle price after retesting entry price which candle, for example, if it doesn't test and break through that particular price, then it is clear the price is going to shoot up in the opposite direction and my trade by the time at the third candle, if but there is one more condition over here. Just because it touched there and it did not break test doesn't mean blindly I will start exiting the trade. There also has to be a rejection here that the price is going to shoot up in the at that level price or then it can mean that it is the but there is one more condition over here. Just because it touched there and it did not break this doesn't mean blindly I will sell in that zone, but you exit. There also has to be a rejection market is taking some kind of direction at that level. Unless the direction is not clear, it can mean that it is the but there is one more condition breaks through just because of it has never and it did not break this doesn't mean blindly I will sell in that. You will exit at no profit has to be a rejection market is taking some kind of direction for another confirmation for my direction is taking some direction can mean that like but there is one more condition breaks through so that I will go from it has never and it did not break it doesn't mean exactly. Then the next candle basically try to try to make it for another and it was my I could have exited like that condition breaks, but one thing what I did, I basically first of all I missed out of the timing because exactly. Then the next candle basically what I was I tried to take I was and $3 and I had to exit for some more. I could have exited like that condition breaks, but one exited I then I waited for another candle which made me a bit tired down kind of basically burnt me out and then the timing was not right. I was and then as well as making myself smoking for the guys for 2 hours. I would have exited because I didn't patient obviously I missed out on this and then I waited at this level and then I just which made me a bit but if I would have waited till here and then the timing was not right. I was and then as well as making myself smoking for the guys for 2 hours. I would have exited because I didn't patient $100 and then I waited at this level and then I just which made me a But if I would have rocket science here, where you are heading, no logic right now, right? Logic is of course there, there is always $20 for them. And because in my 3 years that I have done, hundreds of teaching and understanding the setup of the trade and all. But if I would have rocket science here, all that I've done, and then logic you can see like I was successful there, there is always $20 for them. This is what I'm trading one right setup in years that I have done hundreds of but sometimes setups sometimes setups trade and all. But go with what is all that predict. But that doesn't mean your analysis is wrong. That doesn't mean your your prediction is wrong. One right is that you are rushing but sometimes the setups most of the traders including me just not insult yourself. Although I had such a beautiful setup that I planned it starting the session at least half an hour before I planned the setup. It would have been $23 including me just but just because I had such a beautiful setup that I planned it. I started the session I didn't want to least half an hour before I planned the spot I can manage. But future I don't want to take a 23 chance but just within a click of seconds I had such a things change in future setup and because you're using leverage here I want to release half an hour platform future so what I flip of second again which is I don't want to change 23 chance I just can be very flip of second that's why I don't like to even move really second of my because I started leverage here and I want to release and I'm sitting platform future so what I flip of second again I execute I enter into it I exit and I play and I'm bending that's why I don't like to even and I'm watching these because I would rather not take a trade if I don't have to watch it because in futures so what you know that when you're buying you get until you discard it and you plan to sell it which means even if you plan to sell it say 2 years down the line 5 years down the line you want to sell it like next 5 years I would rather not take a trade if I don't have to that particular situation in futures so like spot you know that when you're buying you get until you discard it nobody is going to sell it ask you why is lying down your sell it like 2 years sell it only for 5 years down the line you want to sell it 5 10 5 15 years down the line that particular wallet hard usage goes for it any spot you know that when you're buying futures you can't discard futures only you can sell it ask you why is lying down your sell it your own money only for 5 years with the leverage you sell 5 10 5 15 just washes away down the line so that's the hard usage goes for it exactly what they are when you're buying futures the position that's only you use that kind of leverage why is leverage but you know only as I said I comes with the leverage of the which I just washes away down the line so that's the hard usage goes for it exactly what they are when you're buying so I hope whatever trade you took a little while you use that kind of leverage which is leverage setup you know as I said I comes with the leverage of the results are in front of you guys you can see here that's the P&L results focus on yeah you can see whatever trade you took a little while trade you set for leverage setup the results are in front of you and the setups are results are in front of you guys you can see here that's the P&L results where we are heading and what we are doing and whatever we are doing on the market you can see whatever now you're doing the results and you will obviously setup with the results are in front of you and the setups are results that we can target one trade per day where we are heading and two trades per day and we are doing on the market you can see whatever now you're doing the results and you will obviously setup with the results are in front of you and the setups are results that we can target one trade per day where we are heading and two trades per day and we are doing on the market you can see whatever now you're doing the results and you will obviously setup with the results are in front of you and the setups are results that we can target one trade per per day, there we are getting 2 trades per day. One bad one we are looking at. It's not doing that much. Now it's 2 trades we are in 4 hours. What chances is it? The problem is and because 4 hours is almost reach the exhaustion levels at one trade per day, there we are getting 2 trades per day. One bad one we are looking at. Minutes it might not reach the exhaustion. Or by 1 hour or something it might click. What chances is it? The problem is and because 4 hours is almost reach the exhaustion levels at one trade per day, there we are getting 2 trades per day. One bad one we are looking at. 2 minutes it might not reach the exhaustion. Or by 1 hour or something it might click. What chances is it? The problem is and because 4 hours is almost reach the exhaustion levels at one trade per day, there we are getting 2 trades per day. One bad one we are looking at. 2 minutes it might not reach the exhaustion. Or by 1 hour or something it might click. Buyers are becoming. What chances is it? The problem buyers are trying to push it up because 4 hours is almost reach the exhaustion levels at one trade. Don't get carried away by this candle, guys. This can be a trap. Just by looking at something moving very quick, don't plan your trades like that. Please, it's a request from my end. The buyers are trying to push it up. Very quick candles. When you're planning your entry, you should not use it. Yes, don't get carried away. You're already in trade and it's moving quickly. That's obviously a very good sign for all of us that we can quickly take the profits and exit. But when you are entered, don't get carried away and don't chase those kind of candles at all. Very quick candles because they can be a very big trap. You should not use it. Yes, don't get carried away. You're already in trade and it's moving quickly. That's obviously a very good sign for all of us that we can quickly take the profits and exit. But when you are entered, don't get carried away and don't. Why did I say this? Why I was saying candles because they can be a very big trap. They can completely trigger on the volume indicator and it's moving quickly. Proper green candles are being candle or the column is not quickly you can exit. But when you are entered, you see if the volume indicator is not showing you the green candle growing in the green color candle, you can see that can probably mean proper green candles are being candle or the column is green candle on the volume indicator is moving. You can think of if the volume indicator is not showing you the green candle growing in the green color candle, you can see that can probably mean, but this I feel is a trap. Green candles are being tested as green candle on the volume expand you can think of if the volume indicator is not showing you the green candle growing in the green color candle, you can see that can probably mean, but this I feel is a trap. Green candles are being tested as green candle on the volume expand. Let it trade 60 or 70 on the RSI. If the volume indicator and from there when it reverses again we plan our short term green color candle. I'm not going to can probably every candle. I'm not chasing every candle out. Tested as green candle on the volume. Let it trade 60 or 70 on the RSI. If the volume indicator and from there when it reverses again we plan our short term green color candle. I'm not going to can probably every candle. I'm not chasing every candle out. Tested as green candle on the volume.
Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining out. I'll quickly grab my charger and come back. Meanwhile, you guys stay in the swing, stay in the look at the markets and continue to watch it. We are definitely planning a sell entry, not a buy. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining out. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. I'm able to find an entry point. We'll enter into a trade. You can see it live with me. Look at the markets and continue to watch it. We are definitely planning a sell entry, not a buy. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining out. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. I'm able to find an entry point. We'll enter into a trade. You can see it live with me. Look at the markets and continue to watch it. We are definitely planning a sell entry, not a buy. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining out. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. I'm able to find an entry point. We'll enter into a trade. You can see
it live with me markets and I just quickly get my we are definitely planning to sell it, not a batch. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly get my we are definitely planning to sell it, not a batch. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop battery is draining now. I'll just go and grab my charger and come back. If I'm able to find an entry point, we'll enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My laptop 966412. I'll just go and grab my charger and what is that you're asking? Point will enter in the trade. You can see it live with me. Markets and I just quickly anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Guys, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. My 966412. I'm not taking a trade, I'll take an entry at the next candle, and then from the third candle we'll be sure of where it is heading. So let's plan. 966412. You saw with a 100x, sorry, $100 at 10x of leverage, I'm able to take around candle, and then from the third candle, I think we will be sure of where it is heading. 10, 20 points are good enough for me to start taking profits. 966412. You saw with a 100x, sorry, $100 at 10x of leverage, I'm able to take around candle, and then from the third candle, I think we will be sure of where it is heading. 10, 20 points are good enough for me to start taking profits. 966412. You saw with a 100x, sorry, $100 at 10x of leverage, I'm able to take around candle, and then from the third candle, I think we will be sure of where it is heading. 10, 20 points are good enough for me to start taking profits. 966412. You saw with a 100x, sorry, $100 at 10x of leverage, I'm able to take around candle. I'm still not making my entry because both buyers and sellers are almost on par with each other. Points are good enough. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then second or third candle where we will be sure of. I'm still not making where it is heading because both buyers and sellers are almost on par with each other. Points are good enough. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then second or third candle where we will be sure of. I'm still not making where it is heading because both buyers and sellers are almost on par with each other. Points are good enough. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then second or third candle where we will be sure of. I'm still not making where it is heading because both buyers and sellers are almost on par with each other. Points are good enough. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then second or third candle where we will be sure of. Okay, I'm taking it at 2927 because both buyers and sellers are almost on par with 2917 is all I need. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then if in this candle I don't get any direction, we will be sure of with no profit, no loss, I should close it. Remember this. Buyers and sellers are almost on par with 2917 is all I need. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then if in this candle I don't get any direction, we will be sure of with no profit, no loss, I should close it. Remember this. Buyers and sellers are almost on par with 2917 is all I need. So I want one of the directions to form here. You saw with a 100x come in the second candle and then if in this candle I don't get any direction, we will be sure. How quick was that? Profit, no loss, I should close it. Remember this. Let's look at the my P&L history. I want one of the directions. This is called as scalping. While it might look very easy for all of us, it's not so easy. How quick was that? Until unless you're proficient enough to do this, don't even practice. Let's look at the my P&L history. You see, this is called as scalping. I made a profit. I closed another short point for all of what I made. It's not so easy. How quick was that? Let's look at my unless you're proficient enough to do this, don't even practice. Let's look at the my P&L history. Where did I exit? Oh, sorry, 2927 is what I took it. Scalping. I made a profit. I closed another short point for all of what I made. It's not so easy. How quick was that? Let's look at my unless you're proficient enough to do this, don't even practice. Let's look at the my P&L history. Where did I exit? Oh, sorry, 2927 is what I took it. Scalping. I made a profit. I closed another short. Third trade and a successful trade. This is called as scalping. What we did, we just captured a very little, not even a 5-minute move we captured. We captured a very small little move. Oh, sorry, these kind of movements are mostly applicable or is possible when the amount that is in is very big. This is called as very little short movement. You are able to capture that and you are able to take the profit. But you know, scalping can be very risky. These kind of movements are if the order doesn't get executed within that limit, within that possible limit, it will be it can be very a big mistake. So that you very little short. It took $100 position with a 10x of leverage, but you know, scalping can be very risky. I entered at 2 the order doesn't get executed within that limit, within that possible limit, it will be it can be very a big mistake. No, I entered at 2927 short and it took $100 position with a 10x of leverage, but you know, scalping ideally it was showing us $2.5 of profit, but because there is fees associated with it, taking the inventory, it fees and everything. No, I entered at 290 short and it took a $100 call and fees deducted to 10 on this particular transaction. It was showing us $2.5. I got an around there is fees associated 0.49 as my fees here. No, I entered at 290 short. It took a $100 call and fees 0.49. If I add up all this transaction, it was showing us $2.5. I got an around there is fees associated 0.49 as my fees here. No, I entered at 290 short. Ideally, it took a $100 1.47 my fees itself. If I add this to my main transaction, I should be somewhere around this 0.49. But because the fees is also there and it is part and parcel of this particular thing, we cannot do anything about it. It has to deduct at 1.47. So basically, my fees itself. If I add these other fees is gone, and after that, I'm still sitting at a penny kind of a profit. You can see $100 has become one there and it is part and parcel of this particular thing. We cannot do anything like 100 has to deduct 1.47. So basically, now you understood what we're trying to do. These are the pieces gone. I hope this and after that we are doing this making sense to you guys. Penny kind of not you can see $100 then please feel free to ask me any kind of questions. You can $100 cannot do anything like see futures is basically very riskier. Now you understood what kind of trades. I hope it's a very making sense to you guys. Literacy capturing the right kind of movements and really really matters. And if you know how to capture the right kind of movements, see nobody that can stop you from very riskier. Now you understood what kind of trades. So I hope it's a very simple logic. Makes the life simple. You don't need to do extra ordinary things like looking at say like looking at nobody that can stop maybe very riskier. Those patterns that we talk about, those difficult simple logic makes the life simple on day-to-day basis. Don't need to those patterns, those candles. I don't know what all this industry has developed, but still there are so many things in this industry. And I feel honestly speaking, it's there just to confuse you. Those difficult life can be turned on day-to-day basis. The way I taught you guys, just the way I showed, I don't know what all this industry has even for a second did you feel that it was anywhere difficult or next to difficult? I feel honestly speaking, it's there just to confuse you. Just to make like couple of things life can be done on day-to-day basis. The way I taught you guys, why will like life is difficult? Why is industry has even for a second did you feel that patterns, indicators, I feel honestly speaking that related to your invest. And you'll be like, what is this even? Why should I even know about it? And all that is the way I taught you guys. I made my life simple. And if you think why is industry has developed all of this patterns, indicators, and still be successful towards involvement, that my only ask will be if you what is this even? Why honest of the value or the value this I made my request will be and if you guys to go with all of this patterns and whoever you think can benefit out of it and support my only guys are doing I do a lot of honest of the value this research analysis and applying this all of this I made my request will be and if you guys to go with all of this iOS users you have it out of it a QR code that you can use like guys are doing I do a lot of honest of the and analysis basically I made my request will be and if you guys to go with favorite iOS users I don't have it out of it like a QR code that you can use like share your I do a lot of honest of the and analysis basically I made my request will be and you guys to go with favorite iOS users I don't have it out of it like a QR code that you can use like share your I do a lot and analysis basically yeah this is my QR code please download this favorite I don't have it like a QR code that you can
and
use,
people
like
will share your
I know a lot of
small
people
price
and
basically yeah,
I
this is my QR code. Please use and download the CBET application.
link it. I don't have it out of it. Like a QR code that you can use.
Okay, use this QR code, guys, to download. This is for the iOS users. I want you guys to use this for iOS users. And for the Android users, you have the Zebit platform. I will copy the link for you guys and I'll send it over. I'm also going to share my QR code, guys, to download. This is for the iOS users. I want you guys to use this for iOS users. And for the Android users, you have the Zebit platform. I will copy the link for you guys and I'll send it over. I'm also going to share this QR code, guys, to download. This is for the iOS users. And sorry, not QR code. This is my invite code. You can use this to download the Zebit app. Once you log into the platform, it's a request. All you guys need to go and check, KYC yourself. First KYC yourself. Like, okay, my visa, passport, or ID documents from whichever country you belong to. Register your phone number there. QR code. And once you buy that, once you KYC compliant, get some. Once you log into the platform, it's a request. All you guys need to go and check, which will help you to KYC yourself. First KYC yourself. When you register yourself for the first time, you can use that to take a trade. Like how leverage was to once you buy that, once you KYC same way you get a bonus. Once you log into the platform, it's a request. All you guys need kind of money that you get. And if you are successful in taking a trade and making a profitable trade, then obviously system will reclaim how bonus leverage was to once you buy that, there to stay. Same way you get a bonus. These are the kind of benefits you get on the like a kind of basically come out of the Zebit platform and if you are successful in taking a trade and making a profitable deposit, then obviously system will reclaim how bonus leverage was to unlock some exclusive benefits. These are the kind of benefits these candidates on the like a kind of basically come out of the Zebit platform and if you are successful in taking a trade and making a I hope all you guys will deposit then this system will reclaim how bonus leverage was well unlock some exclusive benefits. These are the kind of benefits. If anything that you see on this content you find it useful, you find any value for your trades, I hope all you guys will take the kind of risk to reward ratio, the kind of risk management following that trust me. Nobody is going to take away the profit that you see on this content. You find nobody will find it's just in trades. Okay, the kind of risk to reward ratio, the risk management, the kind of positioning we are doing, the kind of moment we are trying to capture. Everything is the process that you're going to nobody can stop you from doing nobody will find it's just a lot of people because either getting impatient or going for too much of risk management, the kind of positioning we are doing. A lot of the kind of moment we are trying to capture. Either they are impatient and get fear, nobody can stop you from doing trade immediately. A lot of people they can get like great amount of exit or like pre-exit, even though they might have said the kind of positioning we are doing. A lot of the kind of moment we are trying to capture. Either they are impatient and get fear, nobody can stop you from doing so if you're somewhere in between, a lot of people they can get like great amount of like or like pre-exit, even though they might have said all right, let's continue. A lot of the kind of moment we are trying to capture. Either they are impatient and get fear, nobody can stop you from doing so if you're somewhere in between, a lot of people they can get like great amount of or like pre-exit, even though they might have said all right, let's continue. A lot of the kind of moment we are trying to capture. Either they are impatient and get fear, nobody can stop you from doing so if you're somewhere in between, a lot of people they can get like great amount of or like pre-exit, even though they might have said all right, let's continue. A lot of the kind of moment we are trying to capture. Either they are impatient and get fear, nobody can stop you from doing so if you're somewhere in between, a lot of people they can get like great amount of or like pre-exit, even though they might have said all right, let's continue. A lot of the kind of moment we are trying